Hello, I am OTM Speaks. If you are new here, please like, subscribe, share. After the video, comment. Why wouldn't you comment? Today I want to talk about comedy. It seems as if the left has lost their sense of humor. If you really pay attention on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, the left seems to really be angry over what's going on. Even when they were in office, they seem to be angry. Everything aimed towards Trump or anything that involves Trump is anger. It's like a hatred. Like Trump derangement syndrome is a real thing. And I just noticed over the last, since Trump became a thing, the sense of humor has shifted from the left to the right. If you look at the right, all of the memes, all of the jokes, it's more lighthearted and it's kind of, haha, Joe forgot this, Joe forgot that. When you look at the left, Donald Trump should be in jail. I wish he would have died. Like there's a real contrast in what the left thinks is funny right now versus what the right thinks is funny. And I think that goes to um, the right understanding now that, hey, yes, politics is serious, but we don't have to be so upset. So what I wanted to show is there's a couple things. Trump is fearless. He went into the National Black Journalism, I forget what it's called. He went in there, no problem. I'll do the interview. I'll do interviews anywhere. Kamala just finally did an interview, and it was really, really bad. It was carefully constructed. It was definitely edited because I think they said it was an hour. The interview was an hour, but they only released like 18 minutes of it. So there's a scripting that's happening. Trump has no issue going into pretty much anything. And there's a comedian named Theo Vaughn that I find really, really funny. Not so much his stand up. I don't even know if I've ever seen his stand up, but he has a podcast and you just see video clips and he's really, really funny. He's crazy. Donald Trump had no issue going on his podcast. And I think that more politicians should do stuff like this. Um, the left seems to have lost that. They don't want their candidates out there. And I just noticed that and I thought that was very interesting. So I wanted to play Donald Trump speaking to Theo Vaughn, of all people. And again, this just showing me that the right seems to be fearless with the comedy and really have no issue um, when it comes to the candidates doing interviews.
I got so angry when they sidetracked Bernie a few years ago. Or
Yeah.
that wasn't fair. It
Happened to Bernie twice.
yeah. He
You think about it.
yeah. Oh, it was crazy. Yeah. 2016 and 22. He just got, it just wasn't cool. Like whatever you think, it's just like we have to be able to believe.
Well, do you
that.
like Bernie? Are you friends with him or something?
No, I met him the other day.
Was that the first time?
It was the first time.
Were you impressed by him?
Yeah.
One thing, he's still sharp, right?
Oh yeah, he's still sharp.
He doesn't suffer from what Biden did.
No.
Mental dullness.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
Mentally gone.
Biden is
Mentally
like,
gone.
he's somebody put a merry-go-round in his head, I heard. But that's, but they didn't plug it in. They didn't tell him.
Yeah, that's probably right.
He served his country honorably.
So again, Trump willing to go on a comedian's podcast and just talk and actually be funny. This is another one that I found, and these are the only two I'm going to go over today. I just wanted to show, for some reason, the right seems to be doing this more now than the left. I'm curious. I might explore that more during live streams. But this is who is this guy? I think his name is. Let me see. This is Alex Lace. I'll get it. I don't know who this is, but I'm gonna put his. I'm gonna put his link in the description because I'm not sure who this is, but everyone knows the lady that's up there with him. She does an amazing Kamala. She does a really good impression of the VP.
And didn't lie about it. You know that he didn't lie about it. Tim Walz lied about it, said he went to war. He's never been to war. Said he went to Afghanistan, never went to Afghanistan. Said he was a command sergeant major. And we know that was not true either. He was demoted before he retired because he didn't want to deploy to Iraq, which I don't blame him. If I was your president, there'd be no Iraq war.
He's really good with the cadence. He's really good with the inflections. Very, very, very good impression. Very good impression. This is supposed to be the debate. And yeah, this is hilarious.
And he wouldn't have had to go. You know, he was probably hoping, I wish Donald Trump was my president. I wouldn't be deployed to Iraq because there'd be no Iraq war. But he's a disaster. You know, they call him Stolen Valor. They call him Tampon Tim. He wants to put tampons in the boys' room, but they call J.D. Vance weird. Nothing is weirder than a boy using a tampon. And I don't know, maybe Tim has to use them for some reason. We call them paintballs walls, because he had
That's one thing that Trump does. He's very stream of conscious speaking, but he just throws it all out there, and it's really, really funny. It's almost as if he watches Twitter regularly, and he just throws the memes out there. It's really, really funny. This guy's got him down really, really well.
his cops shoot paintballs at people. Could you believe that? He shot paintballs at people in Minneapolis after he let the city burn down in the fiery but mostly peaceful protest. He's a complete and total disaster. Looks like an overgrown cream pie.
Trump's sarcasm is very underrated. This guy really, really studied Trump. Really did. The fiery but mostly peaceful protest. He's got the sarcasm down. He's got the inflections down. I do impressions. This guy's really good.
You look at him. He looks like a pastry. Chris Christie gets excited. We don't need to worry about him. We love.
That's another thing. Stray bullets everywhere. He does not care. Anyone can get it. This is why you will hear comedians, like really, really, really good comedians. I've heard Joe Rogan. I've heard Dave Chappelle. I've heard Bill Burr. They've all said, man, this guy is funny. His timing is impeccable. This is what they're talking about. When he throws those random stray shots, no one's expecting it. So Chris Christie, out of nowhere, he throws an insult. Genius. It's really, well, I won't say genius. It's just really good comedic timing, because if you really think about what a joke is, it's something that you know is a joke, it's coming, but you don't, the punchline is not telegraphed, and it catches you off guard. That makes you laugh. Yeah, Trump is really good at that. This guy's really good at conveying Trump.
J.D. Vance, he's a tremendous person. He's going to be great, just in case something bad happens, because a lot of people want to forget something bad almost happened. I turned my head to the right. I got shot in the ear. What a horrible thing. But I'm here. I'm here to tell the tale. I'm alive. I'm still kicking. And we're going to win like nobody's ever seen. But if something bad happens, we know J.D. Vance is going to be able to lead this country into prosperity, whereas no balls walls, if he had to be the president, would probably retire and leave, just like he did when he was in the National Guard, because he's a coward and he's not capable of anything. That much I can tell you.
Great stuff, Madam Vice President.
She did an amazing job of keeping a straight face. I don't know how she did it. I'm wondering if they didn't film it separately just so the other person didn't laugh, because she did an amazing job of keeping a straight face. She did kind of respond, though, when she rolled her eyes. Great stuff.
And Tim Walz annihilated there by the former president. What's your take here? Is Tim Walz ready to step in, and what's your take on J.D. Vance?
Yeah, first of all, let me be clear. JD, he's weird. All right. And I'm sticking with that. I'm just, he's weird. I don't know what his deal is. And, you say tampon Tim like it's a bad thing. I'm not going to lie, Don. Sometimes you do have, some good unburdened ideas. I think my campaign slogan will be tampon. I think that's great. But let's get serious for a second.
It's so good.
I spoke about this at length before. All right. I might even spoken about this more times than I've spoken about the border, which I do plan on, going to eventually. But you got to understand, like Joe, he was slow to start. And, Tim, he's just so energetic. He's exactly what the people want. When it comes to, stolen valor, I mean, valor is valor. And your definition of what war is might be different to somebody else's definition. That's why you're dangerous to democracy. You're dangerous. We try to redefine all definitions to make the world a better place, right? That's what diversity is about. That's what inclusivity is about. So, I want him to enjoy whatever semen he wants to enjoy. I want him to wear tampons if he needs them, because I want little boys in this country to be prepared for when they need to menstruate, right? And you don't care about the kids. You clearly don't care about them. My administration is filled with people who care about the children. All right. Amazing. I don't really care about the ones at the border, but that's a different story. It's another question, Alex. So, Don, I'm going to tell you, You say tampon Tim like it's a bad thing. JD is a weirdo. All right. And, you know, he
So
married that
good.
Indian woman to spite me. Don't think I don't see what you're both up to. Right.
She's so good. I noticed Jon Stewart is going back to making fun of both sides, which has always been better because when he was going at Trump, it was always nasty, very negative, and it was more insulting than it was comedy. He made fun of the left recently, and it was really, really, really funny. Finally, he was making fun of the DNC.
They had a guy yelling, "Screw the billionaires," followed immediately by a very happy billionaire. It's all okay if it's our billionaire. They had guys making fun of people for going to Yale, and a bunch of people who went to Yale. The Democrats had people who prosecuted sexual predators and
So you see, truth has to be involved when it comes to comedy. And again, it's got to be unexpected. No one was expecting Jon Stewart to do that. It's hilarious, but no one was expecting him to do that. And the audience respected it. They wouldn't have booed 2 years ago if he did that. He just wasn't doing it. He even went away from politics after Trump was gone because his ratings started dropping because it was more mean spirited. It wasn't comedy. It just wasn't.
We're going to have a lot of fun tonight.
You're a racist!
Who the hell is I knew this was going to happen. Who is that?
Trump's a racist!
It's Larry David. What are you doing, Larry?
I heard if I yelled that, they'd give me $5,000.
You've been waiting for this moment. Well, people, here it is. Dads are getting in on this. Teachers getting in on this. Your tax guys getting in on this. Yeah. Yeah.
You used to call me on the cell phone.
Some people dance like this.
Call me on the cell phone.
I swear it's cool to dance like.
I just thought it was hilarious. And it took Dave Chappelle and Bill Burr to bring comedy back, especially coming out of the jab period, the demic. What's going on? What do you think is going on with comedy right now? That's all I have for today. If you're new here, please like, subscribe, share, comment. Please. I like comments. I really do. No, really. I do.